Mary Anne Burrows, DTM2. And
Two,
we'll give
that's
that two. She's got 2 DTMs. Is that what that means? Yes.
Yes.
Great job. We'll be given her speech from the Advanced Manual, Speaking to a Form, project number 3, the demonstration talk. The purpose of the speech is to prepare a demonstration speech to clearly explain a process, product, or activity. Conduct the demonstration as part of a speech delivered without notes. So please help me welcome Mary Anne to the lectern.
And that was 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, now that you put it all down. I appreciate that. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. How many of you are more conscious about what you eat and how much exercise you did 5 years ago? Most of us, right? In fact, I walked into, I think it was Kohl's the other day, and 3/4 of the front of the building were full of clothing and exercise workout stuff. It's pretty amazing. And this has not been the way it's always been. I became a vegetarian 45 years ago, believe it or not. And at that time, if you told somebody you were a vegetarian, they would look at you like you had 3 heads. In fact, my husband went to a doctor, and the doctor told him if he didn't eat meat, he was going to die. Well, as you know, now it's hard to pick up a magazine or a newspaper without at least one article that suggests that you eat more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains, cut down on the red meats, and high fats and sugars. Well, one of the challenges that we have is that some of the things that taste good aren't good for you. And the things that are good for you don't always taste very good, right? So one of our challenges is to try to find foods that taste good and are good for you. So today I would like to do a demonstration on a snack that might be helpful for you to replace some very high calorie, high sugar candy bars. So we're going to move into the kitchen. Now, always remember that before you start to handle food, you want to make sure you wash your hands. And the name of this item I'm going to make today is called chocolate chip nut balls. And I did not bring my blender, but I blended up 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup of oatmeal, and I usually use the old-fashioned oatmeal, and then 1.5 cups of nuts. And the recipe I originally had was for all raw cashews, but I've experimented using cashews and a variety of other nuts in half and half. And this particular mixture is going to be half raw cashews and half dry roasted peanuts. And as I said, I blended this up this morning so that I didn't make a lot of noise and have to carry my blender with me. So I find that after I blend the dry ingredients, I can simply pour that into a bowl. It makes it much easier to clean your blender instead of putting all the moist items in there. So we've got our nuts and oatmeal in here. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of agave. And if you're not familiar with agave, it's a sugar substitute. It's much better for you than regular sugar. It can be found at your grocery store or market. So 3 tablespoons of that. Okay. And then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Make sure I get the right one here. Where is Mr. Teaspoon? There we go. And I'm dripping agave. Whoops. All right, and then we need a tablespoon of almond butter. And again, if you don't happen to have almond butter, you might want to just put a natural peanut butter in there. And then we want 1/2 cup of coconut, which I neglected to bring. But we're going to just proceed forward. And we're going to mix this up. And you would do this very similar to mixing up any type of a cookie dough that you might have. Then when that's mixed up, we're going to put in 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, semi-sweet. And if you want to make it an even healthier alternative, you can put carob chips in there as well. So you're gonna mix that all together, and then you're gonna take a small amount, just like you would with a cookie dough, and form it into a ball, and place it in your tray. And continue to proceed that way. You can also add a couple of chocolate chips to garnish it if you need to. And when you're done with that, of course, you need to wash your hands again. And this is an easy recipe to make with your children or grandchildren, and oftentimes when kids are involved with making items, they're more likely to want to eat it, right? So when you're done, you can either put it on a tray and serve your guests, or you can put it on an airtight container, put it in the refrigerator, and then when you're hungry, you can just walk in and grab a few, or you can put it in a small snack bag like this, put 3 or 4 of them in for your children's lunch pails, or your briefcase, or stick it in your purse so that when you're out and about, instead of that urge to go buy a candy bar, you'll have a nice, delicious, nutritious snack. So fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, remember, you only have one life, you only have one body. Take good care of it, feed it right, and it will last a long time. I have some recipes for you, as well as a sample. Because personally, I don't like to go out and buy a lot of ingredients and find out I don't like the product. So there you go, please pass those along, and I will give the technique back to our Toastmaster Terrible. Thank you.